Thanks for coming back. I had to restart this one, so hopefully it goes well. This is an abstracted flower piece in a 40 by 60 inch canvas. So welcome to Thursday's live stream with me. This is season 1, episode 7. So hope you enjoy watching the process. Sometimes when you connect live, there's nobody there for a few minutes. So when you restart, if anyone does lives, if you restart and come back, sometimes it works better for whatever reason. Maybe too many people are connecting at once. So thanks for joining me. It's always a trial and error with these lives. Piece like this doesn't take very long. It is very ethereal in movement and shape and form. So it just kind of flows out of me as I allow it to sort of marinate in my brain and in my mind and in my movements with my brush and my connection with the canvas. So if you're watching and you hopefully can hear me, just say I can hear you, just so I can make sure I've got some good audio happening here. So a piece like this, I use a wide 2-inch brush, and I'm holding the brush further back, or sort of midway, to get sort of the shape and forms I want, but not holding too tightly to it either, just kind of letting it be loose. That bouncing you hear, that is the drumming of the brush on the canvas, and also the canvas sort of bouncing on the easel. So I hope everybody's got some good plans today for the beautiful day here in Edmonton. If you're from here, thank you, Andrea. You can hear me. Wonderful. Hi, Lori. Thanks for joining. Hi, Sue. That's awesome. Hi, Leon. Thank you for joining me. We've got 2 different devices streaming for Facebook and Instagram, so I'm talking to both screens here. Sue asked what time I start in the morning. I usually set my alarm. I know it sounds crazy. In the summertime, my child's not in school, but I still like to get up usually around the same time every day, around 7:30. And my painting time varies. Sometimes I get to painting right away. Sometimes I do the admin stuff first. But I say on average, I'm in the studio maybe like 9:30 in the morning. I prefer to paint in the morning. I like to have the most energy in the morning. So that's when most of my creativity happens, when I have the most energy and I'm ready to go. I have often been known to paint through dinner time if I paint later and forget about the world around me, and including making supper for my family and stuff like that. So they know by now that they have to sort of go with the flow with me. And they can make supper like last night, which was really nice. So I'm doing some leaf shapes here. And maybe there's another one. Oh, there's a flower behind there. So I'm going to put that one in. Kind of wash my brush off just a little bit. And get this flower that I see up in here. First, I do see a little bit of I'm working from a reference photograph of a bouquet of flowers that's very messy, but kind of really close up. So it looks abstracted in the photo, and I'm using that as the inspiration for my picture. And sometimes I can use the same reference picture to do literally hundreds of paintings. If I have, it's not all good photographs make good paintings, painting reference pictures. So when I find a good one, I'm often moved to save that as a good one to work from. So there is that. Okay, and now I want to do a shape up here that is right here. And then I'll probably bring this leaf in front of it again. If you make a mistake and feel like you want something in behind or in front, you can always paint over it and change what's in front. But that's not bad. This painting has lots of texture as well, even though this was done with a brush. Typically you see me on here painting with a knife. So that one is there, quite like that. And I can do similar things like clean off my brush with onto the canvas rather than onto in my paint bucket or on my palette. Do a bit of both. So yeah, I'll let that dry a little bit. I'm gonna add just a touch of darker underneath here, just for fun. And then add some of that, incorporate it elsewhere. I do want to, I'm going to put a giant flower right here. So I'm going to sort of mark it with my brush, kind of draw it in for placement. So what I kind of do is I kind of choose where the center is going to be. So it's going to be about there. Do a bit of green. Bit of brown. That's kind of roughly where I want the center to be. Clean off the brush. Sue says, your paintings are so beautiful. You make it look easy when I know it's not. Thank you so much, Sue. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a trick, I guess. You make it look easy when you're kind of used to it. When you're doing something over many, many years and many, many thousands of hours, it becomes second nature. It becomes an extension. Your brush strokes become an extension of just like your mind, body, brain, and soul, and out your arm onto through your brush onto the canvas. Talking a painting is also challenging because I'm in my creative side of my brain. So putting sentences together can be, I sound like I'm in kindergarten or something. And yes, well, basically sort of self-taught. Sue sort of taught from my mother. She's a painter. She's been a painter her whole life. She used to teach, actually. So we would do she'd show me things as I was growing up. And then as I developed my style, that's kind of after many, many years of figuring it out. And when I got married, I decided to pursue it more full time. So that's when I've discovered what my style looks like and what my voice on canvas looks like. Yeah, so actually I'm looking at it's nice to get perspective. So when you're painting something, to see it even just on a photo on your phone or a reflection on a screen, it's nice to kind of see if you like both, then you're on the right track. So I like what I see in the screen there. So I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to mark it. So this is how I don't draw my images on canvas before I begin. And placement of things, I use my brush to place things. So this is what I mean. So I'm going to sort of mark where I want stuff to go with my brush. And sort of giving it like a line drawing. and it's very fast and messy. And then you just keep doing layer after layer after layer. I'm just going to kind of, different colors get picked up on the brush when you're dipping into your palette. And that's what I like about this style. So there's not detail per se by me intentionally placed. Your eye fills in what I've done abstractly with my brush. It's like when you write a sentence and you're writing really fast and you send someone a text or something and you forget words or you misspell things or whatever, the sentence is all jumbled up and doesn't make sense. But then when the person reads it, their brain corrects it. So their brain fills in those gaps and knows what belongs where. So maybe that's kind of what's going on with art like this, when it's Impressionism. So when you see, for example, Monet is an Impressionist, and lots of those painters throughout the years would do, people without faces. Your brain kind of puts the face there. So it gives you the impression of there is a face there. And you can almost see like the eyes and the mouth, but your brain kind of tells you it's there, where the paint is sort of suggesting for you roughly where things are, and gives you that sort of pleasing satisfaction when you look at the painting, because you fill it in with your brain and your mind, and everything kind of brings it into alignment. Lori's asking, how big is this canvas? This is a 40 by 60. So it's very big, 40 by 60 inches. And is there a particular canvas I prefer to use? I always just buy the professional grade, artist grade canvas. There's really good standard, they call them professional grade canvas and then artist grade canvas. So more if you're like taking a class and learning, that would be the artist grade canvas, and the professional grade is like the more expensive. Anyways, I just buy the most expensive. The wood, it changes too. It's heavier wood, and the canvas thickness, and just everything about it, you can tell the difference. But if you're just starting out, I recommend doing the artist canvas, and you can just tell by the price. But yeah, that's what and I always buy this one where it's the gallery depth, they call it, where it's thicker on the edge here. So it's like just like 1 3/4 inches deep. And I do that on purpose because I paint around the edges, and that way you don't have to frame a painting, where you could. But I like the fact that the painting continues around the outer edge. So yeah, I quite like what's happening here so far, what I've got going on. Now I'm going to do some fun little blooms over here. So there's all these different ways that you can apply the paint to the canvas, right? You can hold the brush differently. You can do tap, tap motions. You can do just the edge. You can do the wide edge. And you can do big strokes, and you can do small strokes and tapping motions. So it's just a matter of playing with it to give the painting some texture and some dimension. So I just like that up there. And now I want to put in some lines maybe. Some dark lines, some soft lines, some harder lines, just to give the painting some visual diversity. I got my wide, big strokes here that are softer, and I've got harder edges coming on over here. Sometimes I like, even just looking at my paper towel, like I feel like I could just frame that as an abstracted piece. Isn't that neat? Sometimes I like what I see on the paper towel better than the actual painting. Yes, the size Lori is one of my most popular sizes in my collection. It's generally a size that people need for their walls, and I like painting the size. So yeah, and it's good to, as if you're painting, to change up the sizes. If you're used to working really small, try something a little bit bigger. If you were used to working big, try something small. It's good to kind of mix it up. Okay, so now what else do I want to do on here? I'm going to mix up just a little bit of my dark blue and my purple because I see some fun like little thingies I can do in here, like circular bulbs maybe that are waiting to come out. And sometimes I switch it up and I grab a smaller brush. Can you hear the birds in the background? I got my window wide open. Not painting outside, but it feels like I'm outside with my bird friends out there. Need to mix up a little bit more blue. So painting this size takes about an hour, hour and a half. So thank you, Sue. I'm glad you like it. Really looks, wow, it has the X factor. I like that. Yeah, painting like this is a statement piece. It's got a lot to say, I think. I did a series of this piece, these pieces about 2 years ago, maybe. And then I sort of add to the collection of them as I feel I want to, you know, if I'm missing a certain series or something like that. So that's how I kind of do it. I'm moving paintings around from locations that I have it on display too, as I sell them and move them in different spaces. So if I sell one that's 5 feet wide, I need another one to replace it. So I'm in need of 5 foot wide pieces right now. So I thought I would add to my collection of 5 foot wide pieces. Okay, I've got my blue mixed. Cool, I put a sweater on then. I don't know why I'm wearing a sweater. It's super warm. My basement studio is quite cool, but today it is warm. Okay, I quite like those little guys. I'm gonna just doop, doop, doop. Now, this painting does have quite a bit of texture too. Even though it's done with a brush, you can still achieve texture. And texture makes me happy, so. And I like the contrast of this blue. It's almost like, they almost look like they could be grapes or something. And just clean off the brush a bit. Okay, what's next? Let's do a bit of I don't want to touch that one too much. I quite like the sort of mysterious moodiness of this, but I'm going to brighten it up just a little, give it some highlights. Sometimes it takes a few attempts to kind of get the look I'm going for, but sometimes it just happens really effortlessly. Not every painting's effortless. And not every element of every painting is effortless. Even though I've been doing it for a long time, it still requires me to really pay attention to what I'm doing. I like gold. I always add gold. Lately, I've added gold touches into some paintings, into most of my paintings. Very cool. I'm happy you're here with me, watching this painting become alive. What do I want to do here? Okay, I'm going to do a bit of filling in some of those spots. give these guys some highlights. Feel like it needed another leaf down here. And it's good to layer. So, I mean, you don't want stuff sort of beside each other the whole time. You want things to overlap because that's what nature does. So overlap stuff. Don't be afraid to overlap stuff. And then there we go. Now I see like this center line through some of the leaves here to give them some. How does that look? Yeah, I like that. Just the veins of the leaves. Give them some veins. Just suggestion of vein. My friends who watch, I don't know if you're watching today, guys, but Nella and Dan and your kids, but they said, you're really good at talking to yourself. It's like, I think I have an inner dialogue the whole time I'm painting anyway, whether I have a live going on or not, a live video. It's just something that happens. And so I guess it's just a matter of doing that same thing. Got my brain's always working. My brain's always talking to me. So I'm just looking at, yeah, I quite like what I did there. That's cool. Sue asks, does any of your children show interest in enjoying art maybe? Yeah, Sue, I actually have one child. His name's Quinn, and he's 10 years old. And he is, he's interested in a lot of things. He did more painting when he was younger, but now he does a lot of creating in the kitchen. So if anyone of you have become friends with me on Facebook, you can see that Quinn's always making something. Last time he made peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. They were amazing, but he does usually really more detailed, more involved recipes. Like, oh my gosh, he's made puff pastry from scratch. He made 5 batches, so it's kept in our freezer. Anytime we wanted pastry, he pulls it out of the freezer. That was so crazy. He makes pies, he makes cakes, he makes specialty cakes for his cousin's birthday. He made a giant yellow crayon cake. It's crazy. His skill, he found out he loved the kitchen about 6 years old. We've always baked and cooked together, but when I travel to Dubai for a month each year to paint at a hotel for entertainment just like this, Quinn gets to have a guest experience in the kitchen and work with the executive pastry chef. And so anyways, he's really into the kitchen and baking, and of course he loves all sorts of other things too, but and he also plays drums, and he plays sports, he plays baseball, he loves to go biking. We're going to go biking later today, so I think that'll be fun. It's really beautiful outside, so I'm going to take advantage of our nice weather. I think we're going to get some rain in the next few days, so I want to take advantage of when it's not raining. It's going to brighten up some of these a little bit. Oh, painting is a bit of a workout today. I'm extra warm with this sweater on, but too far into it to deal with my overheating situation. So we'll just, won't take too long to do this one. It's quite quick. What else do I want to do? What else do I want to do? I'm going to add some of this color over here. Put this. Yeah. Okay. I want to do another one of those flowers. I like that one over there. So I think I might do it right maybe here. I've got other things going on in my photo, but I like that flower. So I'm going to play with that for a second. Let's see if I can block this in. Oh, there's a bit of a leaf there first. Okay, let's do that first. I'm going to put in Mr. Leaf. He is kind of coming in here. Okay, block that guy in. And then my other flower I want to put kind of here. So let's just block this guy. And maybe another leaf over here while I'm at it. Well, I've got that color on my brush. Balance. There's a leaf there. Maybe another one up here. Hi, Facebook friends. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. My video just decided to stop working, but I'm back live, back on air. Hopefully it's working. If you're still watching, just let me know if that's still working. Technical difficulties is what it's all about. Working through them. I got to keep looking back to make sure you're all still with me. So I like it a lot. I'm gonna put another flower kind of right, it was gonna be over here, but I'm gonna put it over here instead. It's gonna go like this. But I know it kind of looks like I'm just painting over top everything I just painted, but layers are important in painting. You don't want everything sort of beside each other. You need stuff that's behind and in front. So this gives it some nice dimension. And then I want to do this to here, sort of where the stem would be connecting. And I'm going to go whoop. Just mix a bit more of that color. What color is that? That is, yes, quinacridone orange. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for joining. Oh, that's cool. Tanya says, I would love for you to paint the side of my garage. I enjoy your work. Well, send me a note, Tanya. We can talk about that. I've had all kinds of requests. I don't know how my paint would stand up against the heat of the sun, but some research would have to go into that one, I think. But that's a cool idea. I like it. So I kind of had other colors in mind when I was doing this one, but it looks like this red is kind of taking over, and I'm just gonna let it. Got a bit of purple, which is fine. Just gonna do a bit of this more purple here. Incorporate that back in because I kind of did a lot over it. Gonna do some touches of it over here also. You're all still with me? That's awesome. I'm glad that you're here. So I've been 33 minutes in here. Okay, a little less on, well, I stopped and started this one, so it's a bit different time today, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep going. This painting needs a bit of yellow. Just give it that little pop that we needed. And now some pink. Some people have told me that this section of painting that has this sort of strokes in it looks peacock-like. That's kind of fun, hey? Hi, Alex. Alex says, are you painting in the home or my studio? Both. This is my home studio. So I live just southeast of the city, about a half an hour drive from the center of Edmonton. And yeah, this is my home studio. I work from here when I'm not live painting on location at the Fairmont Hotel. I think it's opening in 2 weeks or 1 week. So I'll be back there probably soonish. But in the meantime, I'm streaming here from the studio. Just touch the screen there. Cool. Okay, now.
Watch TV and I'll just find something. See if there's anything on.
Hello, Facebook. I don't know if you're still there. But today. So if you're still watching, can you let me know, see me, and if it's working? Oh boy. Let's talk. Hi, Barb. Yes, anyone can go to the Hotel and Mac and watch me paint. I am officially not back there yet, but I will be going back soon, hopefully. So I'll be posting about that shortly, as soon as I find out when I'm going to be going back. But it's usually Thursdays at 5 o'clock. I might be doing noon instead. So if you're still watching now, just let me know if you're still there. I see some people are still watching. I'm not sure. I don't know if you all heard all of that background chatter, but yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe I'll try my live again on Instagram also. Hi, Instagram friends. I am back. Hopefully this is going to work. I don't know what's going on. The video it's a clear sunny day. It's not, no reason for it to not be working, but I'm back. Just about to finish this 40 by 60 inch canvas. Here we go. Hi guys, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened to my video. It just decided to stop working. But I'm just about finished this 4060 canvas. Now I want to add a bit of lightness to the center. There we go, that helped. And maybe I want this color in there. I need more green down here. Hi, Margie. So it's working again? Good. Thanks for joining me again. I don't know, this video might not end up on my YouTube channel. It's kind of been a bit touch and go here. Okay, I think I want to do, I might change those to purple. I haven't decided, maybe a little more purple than blue. Let's see what happens. Yes, that's what I want. More purple. And then some highlights. I quite like these two flowers. I want to add one more, maybe. Where should I put you? Maybe over here. Just like that. Changes everything. Fills it in a bit, gives it a little more dimension. Yes, Alex, I paint all the way around the edges of each painting. This way it enables you to not have to frame it. And I kind of feel like painting should be finished on the edges some way. Otherwise, to me, it feels unfinished. So yeah, I do paint the edges. I consider the edges part of the whole, part of the painting. Kind of feels to me like if you don't paint them, they're like, you forgot about me. These are turning into flowers instead of leaves over here. I don't know. I like that. I need to mix up a little more white. Almost done this one. Hi, Lori. What artist inspired you the most to do the work I do? Oh boy. I don't know. I love all art. I even really love like Picasso and his work, even though I'm like nothing like him. Monet, of course, is my favorite artist of all time would be Monet, and his style is very impressionist. And yeah, so I think I'd say probably Monet the most. And even Georgia O'Keeffe also from long time ago, she would do these giant blooms. She's a very famous painter. I was doing giant blooms at the start of my career, and I didn't know who she was, and I've never seen her work or whatever before. And so people were like, your work reminds me of Georgia O'Keeffe. So I would take one flower and make a painting just from the one flower and make it really big on a canvas. The Wildflower Grill downtown, that used to be Wildflower Grill, they commissioned me to do their whole restaurant in that style of work a number of years ago, probably back in 2007. But yeah, Monet would be my fave. I love Picasso's line. I love his looseness. I love George O'Keeffe's color and Monet's color. I'm not an art historian by any means. I know some of things about some of the artists' work that I like. I've been to some beautiful museums in my travels also. Thanks. Yeah, Lori says, I thought Monet was. You have the same flow as Monet. Well, I don't know. He's quite amazing, but it's you just want to achieve looseness, and you want your voice to be on your canvas. So whatever that looks like and whatever that means, I encourage artists to find their voice in their canvas. Now I'm just filling in some of the spots that feels like it needs something. Continuing around the edges, like I said. It's easier to do it while you're painting the piece rather than coming back to it after and finishing those edges. So after this video, I will do the top edge. My reference picture needs to be opened again. There we go. Now I feel like this is a bit dark still, so I just want to lighten this up and add some gold. My gold is like, it looks like liquid gold. It's very, very rich. When you're buying expensive paint, it keeps the peaks and it keeps its color. When you paint with cheap paint, it dries very dull, and it's very frustrating because you went to all that effort to make a painting, and then it dries and it doesn't look anything like it did when you were painting it. So my paints, because I buy such good paint, it dries to the richness that I lay down the color. So it's very satisfying and rewarding to work with good color. Okay, now for some fun touches of gold throughout. Gold color. It's very shiny. Maybe I'll put it in a bit, yeah, in there. Right here. Okay, a bit of pink. Now I did add more white because I want to maybe do some of this up here. just need to get some more paper towel. I'm drinking, if you're curious, kombucha. I love this Brew Doctor kombucha if you're a drinker of kombucha. Don't drink this and drive. People will look at you funny. Just make sure all the Dr. Brew is pointing out so people can see it's kombucha and not beer. I brought this to my son's school without even thinking, and I was like, oh, yeah, this looks like a beer bottle at school. Are there any kombucha drinkers out there? I drink it every day, and I drink tea, and I drink coffee. I drink all of the drinks. All the healthy drinks. Okay. Now I'm just looking at the reflection of this painting. Do I like it so far? I do like it. Yeah, this one's really fun. It's kind of different. I've never really done anything in these colors. It's very fun. I think I want to put something here. Maybe something wild and free. I like these, so I think I'm going to play off that color and just do a nice, maybe a flower sort of drooping down, facing down as he's thinking about raising his head to the sky. And as I do that, I want to give it some balance too. So this is, oops, okay. So that happened. Giant thing of purple just kind of landed in the middle of my canvas. That's okay. I can just do this. And then I'll add other colors to it. And then I think I want to do this over here. I'm going to add a flower here. It just feels like it's becoming that shape anyway. And I like to play off of this color and give it like an angle of symmetrical, not symmetrical, asymmetrical maybe. I don't know. I just saw it kind of sitting there and I felt like it needed that. So let's do it. Go with your instincts. That's what I say, go with your instincts. Need a bit of that darker purple added to my palette in just a second. And then whatever happened down there, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We are gonna do something there. Gold fixes things. And I do want to do a bit over here, maybe put some gold in these guys. Painting is never done. You just have to know when to stop. That's a question I get asked a lot. And I discovered this answer that it just, see, here's another example of my paper towel. How I'm like, that would just be a cool painting, just like that. Like, man, I should just like have a side canvas wiping my brush on it randomly and then make paintings. Isn't that cool? I like that. I can't really save a paper towel and call that art because it's just done on a paper towel and it would just disintegrate over time. But it is art, but it's I have to do it on a canvas. I've done it. I've done like cleaning the brush on a canvas beside me, but as an experiment, not as an official painting to sell. Hi, Lori. Oh, you, not hi again. Hi again, Lori. Amazing. Those additional purple flowers just made it pop. Yeah, I just felt like it needed that. Yeah, it needed that. So then it's going to have, let me do the thing. And it just needed something and I didn't know what, but I knew it would tell me. It's a a lot of it is just relaxing into the process and just being like, well, I'm not fully satisfied with this painting quite yet. So I'm just going to keep painting it till I like it, till I love it. So I can't really sell something I don't love. And I shouldn't even say sell. When I'm painting, I'm not necessarily thinking about that. I'm more thinking about, do I love it? That's the question I ask myself. And if I love it, then I'm done. That's as simple as that. Yeah, I quite like what happened there. So this big blob of purple dropped there. I felt like I needed to add. I fixed it, and then became this sort of foliage going on right there. I quite like that. Now, do I love this? Do I love you? Do I love you? You know what? I think this one. Okay, I'm going to add more of this purple, the deep purple. I really appreciate all of you who are tuned in today. Thank you, Parallel 53 Realty. So beautiful, they say. Thank you. No matter who's on, I just love that I have an audience. I can give you a little part of your day with some painting creativity. And it's not something you can see every day generally, so it's nice to kind of join me and watch this process. So looking at this, I think I'm going to do one more purple. So this one's going to change now. This one's going to become a purple guy up here. So the leaf turned into a purple flower. Yep. Mm-hmm. See, I don't know. It just tells me, and I listen, try to listen. Now to take that flower and wrap it around the edge. The top edge will happen as soon as I tune off for the day. We'll do some touches of orange in a few spots too. I laugh because when people tell me that they don't like orange at all, they hate orange. And then meanwhile, they're like, I love that painting, and it's got a bunch of orange in it. You think you hate a color, but I don't know if that's necessarily true as intensely as you think it is. Usually the hatred of a color has some other reason. There's some other meaning behind it. To hate a certain color. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Have you heard people say that? I always go, I don't know. Is it really the color you hate, or is it the feeling you have of the color that you hate? More so intense. And I get it. There's legit reasons to hate a color. My generation often says how much they hate peach because maybe their grandmother or their mom had peach colored walls or curtains. But peach is a beautiful color, like, and you can incorporate it and really appreciate it for so many reasons. But sometimes maybe touches of peach would be more accepted if we looked more at the reason why we say we hate a color. Guys, I really like it. What do you think? Do you like it? Now to think of a name, which I'll have to think about, but I'm going to sign it and possibly call it good. Call it done. I'm going to sign this one in purple. Thank you, Lori. The blue and purple coming off the bottom of the lowest flight flower is perfect. They look like feathers. Smell this, Presley says this. Ah, I love that. I gotta read that again. Purple and coming off. Yeah. Someone told me that they look like peacock feathers too. So that's interesting that you see kind of the same. Oh, I got hair in my face. Yeah, that's cool. I love that you see that. That's very interesting. So yeah, I usually sign the bottom right side. So I'm going to do the signing. Where does it want to be? I'll put it right in here. A little bit of water on my brush is a bit dry. Always sign your work. Sign the front, first and last name so you can read it. Never date the front because then you date the painting. You can always sign and date the back. I usually just put the year. Every painting I make is archived. So I take a picture of it, goes into my computer files. That way I can go back and count and look up paintings as the years go by. There we go. Now a signature. And I think I'm going to call this one done. Oh, I do see one little thing. This always happens. I stop and then I have a look at it again and go, what do you need? You need something. Sometimes I just see things that kind of go, they pop out at me and I'm like, oh, I have to just do some lightening up. That's another thing, hey? When you paint, you got to lighten up. Don't let the little things bother you. Like if you drop a blob of paint on your canvas, just incorporate it into your painting. Don't stress about it. Don't try and cover it up. Just incorporate it in somehow and make it yours. So there you have it. That's a 40 by 60 inch canvas. Oh, Shannon, hi. I had some glitching happen to me today, so it wasn't the greatest video here, but we made it work. So I really appreciate everybody for joining me today. If you have questions about this painting or anything else in my collection, you can go scroll my Instagram or my Facebook page, go to my website, giselledenis.com, and see all of the available works currently in my collection. There's usually around 200 or so paintings for sale there, so you can check that out. If you want to see any of my work on your walls in your home, you're welcome to invite me. You can choose your favorites off my website. I can bring a carload of pieces over. A lot of people are also they're taking pictures of their wall with the dimensions, and you can also take some green painter's tape and mask out roughly the size that you're looking for. Send me a photo of that, and I can help you with placement and size and help you if you want ideas for your space. So hi, Alana. Thanks for joining. Sorry, I'm just signing off. So, I got some more. Oh, I got a Spanish question. I don't always know what he's saying, but Ernesto, hello to Mexico. Hola, Mexico. How's that? Anyway, so I hope you enjoy this beautiful weather. Edmonton looks like today's a nice day. So I am going to take my son to go do some bike riding now and enjoy the outdoors with him. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll touch base hopefully soon. Maybe we'll see you next Thursday at noon for my live streaming. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining me.